Hi guys, this is Lorraine from the Cardio Design team. So today we're going to have a look at how to make this cute little tag. Okay, so I'll tell you what we're using today. So for the sky we have Distress Oxides, we have Broken China, Faded Jeans, a little bit of Seedless Preserve, and we go over it with Black Soot very gently. Okay, that's for the sky. For the grass we'll be using peeled paint, but any green that you have doesn't really matter, it's just a light wash really over it. We'll be using that for the grass. The hilly part we'll be using the tree from the Winter Trees collection, so this one here, and we'll be using our Handsome Fox from this little set here, and this is Starstruck. And the colours I'm using for the fox will be Rusty Hinge and Vintage Photo. Okay, the card I'm using, it's actually a cut-off from one of my other pieces, so it's a spare piece, so it's 6 centimeters wide, 12 centimeters high, and what I've done, I've just cut in 1 centimeter in there and one there, and then cut it in an angle at each side. Okay, so let's get started. So I've got some paper here that I'm using, some scrap paper that I've ripped or cut to make our hilly parts. So we'll place that, again, doesn't really matter, anywhere you feel fit on the actual card. I have a moon mask here, so I'm going to place the moon mask just coming off the card a little bit. Thought it might look quite nice doing it that way. And then we're going to start to ink up our sky. So we'll start with the Broken China. I'll get my blue brush. Now when using distresses, always tap onto the scrap. Gently go across. You can always add, you can't take away. Okay, probably best to hold the mask just to avoid any mishaps. And put some more on there to make it a little bit darker, because we're doing kind of a dark sky now today. As you all know, my work, I like to do evening skies. And we'll see how this video goes. If I'm any good, I might have a go at the daytime skies with you. Okay, so that's enough of that one. So we're going to move on now to Faded Jeans, because this is slightly darker blue. Again, doesn't have to be these, you know, exact shades. Just gently go across and build up your colour. Okay. Obviously you guys can take longer on this than I am. I'm rushing through it slightly. Okay, so we do all that and keep adding and adding. And you notice when you do a circular movement, for some reason, it seems to come out darker. If you do it side by side, it gives a softer finish. Just a little tip there for you. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So then we'll move on to the Seedless Preserve. So this gives like just a little bit of shading on the sky. Just adds a little bit to the colour. Now this one's a juicy pad, so I'm actually gonna take a little bit of that off. This I am going side to side because it's quite juicy. I really don't want too much on there. I just want a kind of a hint of it, just to add to the sky colour. Again, any purple colour that you want to use, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to go back to the faded jeans, just go over that slightly and make it a little bit darker. That's it. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. As I say, you can like have a play and say, you know, keep trying, see how much you want to add or take away. So I'm using a little makeup brush here. I love these. Again, very lightly, and you see how it darkens it all up. It gives that kind of nighty sky kind of shade. And then I'm just going to flick, bear with me, just flick around the moon. Not too much, just a little. Okay, and that's the sky. We're all done with the sky. Okay, so we're going to remove the little mask. Now, what I do, I have pan pastels, this is. Okay, so this is titanium white. It's basically a chalk. It's a tub of chalk, solid chalk. And I tend to use a baby bud. And if you have like chalk pencils, you can use chalk pencils, or you can use cotton buds. But I tend to use one of these, or, well, I use cotton buds too, because they give quite a good effect. But you smudge it, you see how it just kind of softens the edges? Well, sometimes I use my finger as well. So for this purpose of this, I'll use a bit of both. Okay. But that gives you some idea. So that it kind of softens, you know, softens the moon a little bit, because it is quite sharp. That softens that look. And then I've got a little trick that I use with ripped kitchen towel. So it's just your normal everyday kitchen towel, okay? And this is how I tend to do like the cloudy effect in the background. Sorry, I've got a heater on, I do apologise, and it's blowing round. So if you just, can you see the effect you can get? I love this effect, I think it's just superb. Just turn it and twist it so you've got all kind of different shapes, and you know, they're not all like uniformed all the way down. I mean, you don't need to do this, I just like to add it as a little bit of texture. But you don't need a lot of ink. I'm just using, I've not put any more ink on my brush, I'm literally just using what I've got. So it might show up a bit better actually on the white. Again, as I say, this is optional, but some people like to, you know, have a little pattern going on. Okay, so we'll continue down here. Just brush up, just flick the brush up over the edge. That's all you need to do. It gives a really nice effect, I think, like clouds and light clouds. Okay. So we're going to take off this now. So we've got our white. Okay. So I'm coming in with the peeled paints. Get my green brush. And again, just flick. Or you can use the dry baby wipe. You can do it that way. And as I say, you don't need to use the, you know, the exact shades I'm using. Any green will do. You know, it'd be fabulous. Just a little bit of greenery. There you go. Okay. One more, maybe there. Okay. So that's the hilly bits done. So now we're going to move on to our stamping. So we're going to stamp the fox now. So I'm going to use a lighter shade first. Just bear with me. Now I like to use a stamping platform. I don't know about you guys. That's my preference. So, but you know, if you're good at repositioning freehand, obviously by all means, you know, it's everybody to their own. You know, we all have our own favourites, don't we? So I'm just going to place this gorgeous little fox here. And bring over, oh, can you see? Sorry. Okay. So I place the fox there. We'll get some magnets here. Get it right in a minute, guys. Okay. So we're going to stamp him up in the rusty hinge. This is a lighter of the two browns. Any browns will do. You know, the Versacolour, you know, the little Versacolour inks, you can use those. They're probably, actually, the Versacolours may be better, because these are quite, I like this effect, but if you want something a little bit stronger, they might be a better option for you. As you can see, they're quite faint, but I quite like that. It's not too harsh. So we'll give it another layer. Rusty hinge again. Okay. Okay, that's beautiful. So I'm just going to wipe clean my little fox. And then we're going to go for the vintage photo. This is a beautiful brown. Okay. I'll just go over him. Okay, well, I'm happy with that. So I will leave it there. Okay. Now we're going to put a tree in. So I'm just going to turn around. My tab, and I'm just going to grab the tree. Okay, so I'll pop the tree around there. Put the fox away. I keep forgetting to put the magnets on, guys, sorry. Bear with. Right, so for the tree, we're actually going to use Nocturne. So this is VersaFine Clair. Excellent, excellent, excellent for, you know, fine detailed stamping, such as trees like this, because this is a small, one of the smaller ones. So I'm sorry about the aeroplane as well. I'm in the conservatory, so I do apologise. Okay. And we'll just stamp. Okay, that's wonderful, so I'm happy with that. Write the tree and pop that away. Okay, So we're done with the stamping. So another little tool I found to be so useful, it's unbelievable. I absolutely adore these. The white Posca pen. Now, I bought a small set and I had a smaller one of these, which had, I'll show you the nib actually, had a nice fine nib. Okay. Now, when I bought a pack of 3, unfortunately, it was the wrong nib. So I took the nib out of the old one when it ran out and basically popped it in here. So you shake this up. What we're going to do now, we're going to do just a little bit of snow or stars in this case. And then all we'll do is tap and you get the splat, see? Don't need too much. There you have. So that's that. Now if you want to, again, anybody that knows me knows that I love to use the white pen to highlight. So we've got the moon to the right. So just imagine the light's hitting all of these. Anywhere you think the light will hit, just tiny. This is why I like the fine tip. I mean, this is, you know, quite tricky because it's a very slim and, you know, really delicate branches. But I tend to do that. Just highlights it really. Okay. You can, if you have a darker shade here, obviously you could continue and just highlight the rest of the tray, but because it's mainly white, it's not really going to show up. So that's it. So then all we need to do is just ground our beautiful fox. So all I'm going to do is literally brush again. I'm not putting any further ink on. That's it. Literally. Just a little bit of a gentle rubbing. There you go. Okay. So that, my lovelies, I think is the end of my first video. I hope it helps. I hope the blending helps with the different colours of inks. So thank you for watching. Take care all. Bye.